New Zealand, and he said on the very first day, within few minutes, no more than 5 minutes, he said, aesthetics of Tharu folk songs would be very topic for you. I prepared my proposal. He said, go ahead with the research, and that's how I began. I would like to thank you very much, sir. And today, because of your cooperation, because of your suggestions, I am here in front of you with this Bible. It was a difficult topic for me anyway, because a lot of translation works was involved in this. I went to Saptari, Kanchira, Vidisi, and then here in Khanad, Ram Sagar Chaudhary, he helped me with the translation work. Ramdev Chaudhary helped me with translation work. Nirmala Devi Tharuni of Pathauna Saptari, she helped me with translation work. Nityananda sir accompanied me in my journey to Saptari as well. I would like to thank Nityananda sir as well, and all those people who were involved directly or indirectly in the preparation of this thesis. Aesthetics of Tharu folk songs and the purpose to conduct many research. Tharus are the indigenous people, the second largest indigenous people living in the southern plains of Nepal. For centuries they have been living there, and they have been in close contact with different other religious as well as cultural communities. And on the basis of this, their languages, their folk songs, their cultural way of life, their customs, they differ. Morangiya Tharu from the east I am beginning. Morangiya Tharu, Kochila Tharu, Chitwania Tharu, Dagaura Tharu, Rana Tharu and Patharia Tharu. These are the subtypes of the Tharus living in Nepal. Their script is not available, but they believe they had script, they had own script. But the Tharus were in close contact with the Indian tribes, especially with because of its proximity to Bihar, and it has influences of Avdi language, Maithili language, Nepali language, Bhojpuri language as well. And that also has its significant role in their performance arts as well as folk songs. They have distinct folklores, but their myths are shared myths. As I already told, because of their proximity to different other communities and different other religions, their myths are shared myths, but folklores and folk songs are shared folk songs. I have talked about challenges as well. I have many slides to show, therefore I am going a bit faster over here. And the historical context I have given that they have been living in the plains of Tarai for hundreds of years before the migration from the hills and migration from the south. And after the migration from the hill, especially after the Land Reform Act of 2021 BS, and after the migration from the south, the Tharus are sandwiched. They have been sandwiched between the hilly people and the people from Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. And this has also shaped the distinct quality of their folk songs. This study has answered these three questions. I have made slight changes from what I had presented on the defense of my proposal as per the suggestion of Dr. Timsina. So these three questions: what are the key aesthetic features of Tharu folk songs and how do they contribute to the emotional resonance of the songs? What archetypal patterns and themes are found in the Tharu folk songs? How do the aesthetics of the songs express the social and cultural life of the Tharu people? Significance, I have listed several significance over here. Studies on folk songs. When we go to the historical survey of the studies of folk song, we find that folklore traces back to the dawn of human civilization. Examples include cave paintings, whatever else. And then folk literature has been defined this way. It encompasses wide range of forms such as myths, legends, folktales, jokes, proverbs, chants, curses, folk arts, folk dance, and others as well. Later, folk literature study evolved, and especially it developed after the establishment of folklore society worldwide. In the universities, there were departments for the study of folklores, and Nepal Folklore Society was established as a continuum of the same historical processes. And studies on folk song studies here, milestones in folk song studies. Two of them I have noted over here. Franz Boas' Primitive Art, written in 1927, and Vladimir Prop's Morphology of the Folktale in 1928. And then post-50s as well, proliferation. Folklore studies proliferated after the 50s. And here Alan Lomax's contribution is noted contribution, Richard M. Dawson's contribution too. All these here in the review section I have discussed. In the review section, I have discussed on two ways. The first one is I have presented a survey of the folklore studies and folk song studies. And then in the next part, I have summarized the review of the Tharu folk songs. And I got the evaluation report. In that, Dr. Simsina has pointed out that I should present some history of Nepali folklore studies as well and folk literature study as well. I will incorporate that in my final thesis. Literature review. So the first one, S.K. Srivastava, he started, as far as I found, a study in culture, the Tharus, a study in culture dynamics. This book was written in 1958. It is one of the milestones in the study of Tharu folk song. It was originally a PhD thesis prepared in 1948. Later, it was published as book. And then later, people of Nepal by Dorbahadur Bista, and then Tharu Lokgit, Purvi Tharuon ke Maithili Lokgiton ka Sankalan. This is by Prafulla Kumar Simha. Professor Prafulla Kumar Simha has compiled the Tharu folk songs available in the Kochila region or Kochila region. Both the terms I have used. And then here in literature review, whatever I found in the internet, whatever I found in the published books and published journals, I have included them here. Then research gaps, I found that need for comprehensive analysis of aesthetics, that's lacking in whatever I found in whatever sources. Geographical variations in Tharu culture, that is also lacking. So focus of the study is address gaps by examining aesthetics of folk song among Kochila Tharus in Kanchira Saptari. And region and its folk songs have not received the same scholarly attention as Western Nepal counterparts. Therefore, because as I searched the literature in the internet and in published books and journals, I found that a lot of works have been done there in the Tharus of Dang, especially among the Dangora Chaudharis. But much less research works have been done here in the Kochila region, the Tharu of the Kochila region. So study employs formal literary approach for in-depth analysis of aesthetic qualities, and it aims to explore aesthetic features and archetypal patterns and their expression of social and cultural lives of Eastern Tharus. Methodology, this is qualitative approach I have adopted. Selected Tharu folk songs, 6 songs I have selected. two Barmasa songs, Sachi Barmasa, Jagannathi Barmasa, and then two Birahin songs, and then two Parati songs. Secondary sources I have used, and then Brooks' theory of textual analysis, Northrop Frye's archetypal criticism, and Rolla-Barth's semiotic analysis. These theories I have used, and in addition to them, I have used Victor Shklovsky's theory as well here as a support. And then in methodology, so criteria for song selection, I have listed over here these 6 songs that I already mentioned. And then finding and analysis. Textual analysis, first I begin with Parati songs. So rhyme, scheme and sound devices. What I found interesting over here is that all of these songs, they share several things. That is alliteration. In folk songs of the Tharus, all of the songs are rich with alliteration. In rhyme, they do not have exact rhyme scheme. The particular rhyme scheme they do not have. But anyway, it is the folk tradition to prolongate the final vowel sound and to maintain a kind of rhyme while singing and while performing. So I found this. And then rhyme scheme too. First Parati and second Parati I have called them because there is no variation like Jagannathi Barmasa and Sachi Barmasa. So I have called them first Parati and second Parati. A-B pattern is there. In the second Parati exist variations, however. So this promulgation I explained. And another folkloristics I found in Tharu folk songs is structural elements, especially symmetrical rhythm. Binu gun dhanusi bahe binu bihuna yahe beda binu bipra bihuna. So this symmetry and this consonance, that is what is almost that is what repeatedly found in almost all of the Tharu songs. So these consonants, right? Alliteration is strong, but stronger is consonance. So I found this as well. And then later parallelism too. Parallelism we find metaphors and symbolism. It is rich in metaphor and symbolism. Metaphors and symbolism especially drawn from the nature. Elephants, peacock, especially love. That symbolizes love. Peacocks and elephants they have been used, and other birds as well, especially to express love. And stanza structures are not even. Parallelism in lyrics, regular meter is not found, meter is irregular, and this is also one of the, according to Lomax, this is one of the characteristics of folk song, that the metrical composition is irregular. However, in singing, they manage to maintain the length. And Barmasa too, stanza structures and rhyme schemes, I have discussed. Rhythmic patterns and sound devices I have discussed. Narrative structure and style I have discussed too. And here I have also discussed linguistic choices and cultural references, differences and similarities too. Here I want to explain a little bit, just for a minute. That is, I found 3 collections. In the beginning, it was difficulty for me to find collections of Tharu folk songs, but when I started, I found 3 collections of Tharu folk songs. One by Ghanishyam Chaudhary from Sunsari, another Professor Prafulla Singh, and another by Tharu Ayog. And in these 3 collections, what I found is that there are a lot of variations of the same song as well. For example, the one which was published by the Tharu Ayog, that has got the song directly from the people, as that is sung there in the field, as that is sung there at home or in ceremonies. But Prafulla Singh, as he is professor, he has edited them and he has Maithilicized them. And also Ghanishyam's collection, that also rests more or less on the collection by Prafulla Singh. So there are variations. Some of them are academically sound, and language also is academically sound because that is edited, but the one published by Tharu Ayog is not edited. that captures the language of the people as it is spoken in the community. And then rhyme and metrical pattern I have discussed, use of sound devices, Birain songs as well, linguistic choices and imagery. Narrative structure and exploration I have explored too, and regional variations I discussed right now, regional variations as well. Those collected from Saptari and those collected from Sunsari, they vary in language. They vary in stanza structure as well, and they vary in meter as well. However, the theme is the same. So this is what I discovered. And then archetypal elements. Here in archetypal elements, I have discussed symbolic invocation, for example, invocation to Ganesh or invocation to some other god, and themes of adversity and struggle or narrative depiction, isolation and neglect. All these themes I have discussed. Hero journey is interesting. Here, especially in Jagannathi Varmasa, the hero, the landlord, he desires to go on a pilgrimage to Jagannath Puri, Jagannath Dham, and there is a discussion in the family. The mother asks him not to go, the wife asks him not to go, but mother asks him not to go because there is property and he has got to preserve the property. Wife asks him not to go because he is recently married and he has obligations to his wife as well. So this love and this property and all these things we find, and hero journey in both of the Jagannathi we find hero journey. In Sanchi Varmasa as well as in Jagannathi Varmasa we find the hero journey. And devoted wife archetype I have discussed, maternal wisdom and cyclical nature of life. Family and cultural archetypes, temptation and deception, mythological allegories are there. For example, Salhes, the reference to Salhes is there. Salhes is believed to be the god of prosperity of the Tharus, and here it is mentioned that Godhan ke beriya, yatra ne keriya, that Godhan stands for the Salhes. That is the king of prosperity. And such allegories are found in the songs too. And enduring power of love I have already discussed. And archetypal elements, Birain songs, nature and animal, elephants, peacocks, they symbolize, and also Tirhut, Tirhut is mentioned over there, the historical reference to the origin of the Tharus. So these are found in Birain songs too. And semiotic analysis, Parati songs, Brahmanical knowledge is there, village lords, the Tharus still do have a practice of choosing village lord. Outside all these lords, outside all these elected representatives, they still do have the practice of selection of village lords under whom the whole community still works, still decides. So this is also found in the Tharu songs. Madhav as cultural symbol, initiated companions. Here Gurumukh Sakhi, it says, so Gurumukh Sakhi Sah Bulari Gale, it says in the song, that means they crossed over and they went somewhere else, they went to heaven. I am still over here poor, hey Madhav, whatever you can do for me as well. So such invocations are found, and these are the influences of the Maithili songs and hymns in the Tharu folk songs. And then semiotic analysis, Varmasa songs here too, clothing and adornments. Gauna ke sariya maline nahi bheleya. So I want to quote this one. Gauna is a particular day in the Tharu life. Gauna, they say, first they marry, second they marry, on the third attempt they take the bride to their home. This is called Gauna. And the wife says, even the sari of Gauna has not been dirty, and you were talking about going to the pilgrims, leaving me alone. So such emotional resonance we find in such Tharu songs too. And here vermilion and marital fidelity, gifts, and what ties an elephant, a chain ties, what ties peacocks, something ties, what ties a woman, vermilion ties, the song says. Nari ka kathile banle, sinure banle nari. That that is how it gives emotional resonance too. And then fruits as symbol of affection, yeah, bhare bhare katahare, bhare bhare aam, they sing this way. So for the Tharus, still we find that Tharu communities, they are surrounded by mangoes and then jackfruits, whatever else, and they are proud of having those fruits. And what they gift them as well to each other. And the Sahu set over here, the merchant tries to seduce another's wife by telling that he will give a lot of jackfruits and a lot of mangoes that her husband lacks. So these these folk elements we find in these folk songs. And full moon as symbol of fulfillment. Elephants and peacocks, I have already discussed. Tirut as cultural symbol, already I have discussed. Vermilion, these are repeated. Key research questions here, conclusions. So examine 3 interrelated research questions. Utilized a formal literary approach inspired by Clint Brooks, Northrop Frye and Rolla Barthes. Conducted an intensive review of existing literature, incorporating indigenous and external perspectives. And aesthetic features of Tharu folk songs, explored aesthetic elements as rhyme, rhythm, alliteration and metaphor, consonance, assonance are there too. Identified thematic coherence and cultural richness through linguistic choices, and highlighted the emotional resonance evoked by sound devices and poetic language. And then in archetypal patterns and universal themes, unveiled archetypal narratives of poverty, devotion, sacrifice, temptation and love. Also the hero archetype, explored the roles of characters like devoted wives and spiritual guides, transcended cultural boundaries to reveal shared human experiences, an expression of social and cultural life, analyzed cultural symbols like Brahmins, village lords and Jagannath, explored themes of social hierarchy, economic disparities and familial burdens, revealed the dynamic interplay between tradition and external influences. So ultimately what we find is that where the Tharus are today, they have such a rich tapestry of folk songs, but where they are, and I would like to conclude with what I said in the beginning, where they lie sandwiched between the hills and the Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, and their cultures have been marginalized. They practice the radios today. We have radios, television, and they are attempting. And also Tharu Kalyan Karni Sabha they are attempting to preserve them. But still, the attempts are not enough. Contributions to existing knowledge, provided comprehensive understanding of Tharu musical traditions, provides, that is not provided, it uncovers delicate interplays of formal elements contributing to cultural expressions, and it sheds light on the emotional articulations of Tharu cultural identity and practical implications. It fosters cross-cultural understanding and appreciation of diverse musical traditions. It advocates for the preservation of cultural heritage and collective efforts in the cultural diversity appreciation, and it recommends future research into regional variations, comparative analysis and gender dynamics within the Tharu community. So, thank you all. Thank you very much.